But it's equally difficult to get stock selection right, no matter what anyone tells you standing up here today. And Sloth is, if you don't know who that is, managed money for 45 years, regarded by Warren Buffett as one of the superheroes in this marketplace. He's actually a value investor. He compounded at 16% annualized against the S&P at 10. And he said something quite fascinating. We live in a society that changes, so you can't be too strict about the rules you applied in the past. Now, this was a stubborn guy. Buffett described him as stubborn. Yet he made the comment that you need to rethink the way you do things as time progresses. And that kind of leads me to the next slide. And hopefully they'll run them from the back. These slides demonstrate the changing capitalization of the top 10 stocks in the S&P over time. And you're not going to be able to follow them, but we'll talk to them just now. All right, stock persistency. Stock persistency is low, and I'll go into the details of that as we present the presentation. There were 33 companies, believe it or not, that you saw in that matrix. 33 companies that found themselves since 1973 to 2023 in the top 10 of the S&P. But what's interesting is 21 of those companies only made it into one decade. 13 made it into two, 8 into three stocks into 4 of those periods, 2 stocks into 5 decades, and only 1 stock made it all the way. And that's ExxonMobil, due to an acquisition. So what do I get out of that? If you bought the top 10 stocks in 1973, your top 10 portfolio would only have had 1 of them in 2023, which is an oil stock. The second point is that something's changing along the way. So in 1973, it was all about oil. In 1983, it was about industrials. In 1993, it was about consumer. In 2003, it was mixed sector leadership. In 2013, tech. In 2023, tech. And in 2024, tech. What's also interesting is why those stocks changed. And here's a little hint. I went back and looked at when they listed the stocks that represent the largest companies in the world now. Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Berkshire, Nvidia, United Health, J&J, ExxonMobil, and Visa. Believe it or not, 3 of them listed only in the 1980s, 2 of them in the 1990s, and 2 of them in the 2000s. So only 3 stocks, Berkshire, J&J, and ExxonMobil, would have been on your radar in 1973. The world changes, if we like it or not.